Okay. So now that we have, so every day we will be organizing, let us say, the schedule for Wednesday. Today, since you will start working at around 10:30 with the task, I recommend you to that we meet next Wednesday at 12, so that we have so that we can discuss the topics and see how you could progress with it. Okay, so that's our presentation, and this is a new semester for all of us. Welcome. I hope we work a lot. This is a very important module. Remember, this is a module parallel to the module that prepares you for this exam. That will be like a second big exam with an external tool, the OPT, to measure your B2, the attainment of the B2 proficiency level, of the proficiency level at the level B2. Es decir, el nivel de dominio en lengua inglesa a nivel B2. So this is an important evaluation. We need to see the progress. Remember, last year you made a great effort and you got to a very good proficiency level by the end of the year. And we hope this happens again. But of course, it all depends on your work, your dedication, participation. Of course, you will see you need to be very active, proactive, and work with others as well as work alone, because you know the exam is individual. Yes, but you will be working in pairs as well. Okay, and now that this is Learning English Through Studies of World Events 2, that means there was a Learning English Through Studies of World Events 1. So why do you think this module is called this way? And which was your previous experience? Why is this module called this way?
In English or in Spanish?
No, everything in English. Now okay.
I think that this module is called of this way because we learn about story of world, history of the world.
History of the world. Yes.
Yes.
And that was what you did. You did the previous semester. Yes, the world.
Related with environment of people of Egypt, for example.
And so you studied ancient peoples, yes. Civilizations. Okay. Yes, so you saw the past. You studied a lot about the past, the world events in the past. Okay, and now there will be a little bit of a progress in that. And Learning English Through Studies of World Events 2 is a little bit different, since it focuses more on contemporary events. And so though I like history a lot, I think this is really very interesting because we will be talking about events happening at the nearer in time. Yes, so that is for me very, very interesting. And if you see the you will have time to download the syllabus. Yes, it is. I uploaded it to Educandos yesterday. You will see that now our events will be more contemporary. ¿Sí? Eventos más contemporáneos. For example, conciencia medioambiental, which is environmental awareness. And we will be talking of events happening now, at this moment, current current events happening in the world today. We will also be talking about technological advances in the acquisition of language and education, which is something that is very inherent to what we have been doing for these 2 years, almost 2 years working online. Democracy, which is of course a topic that is not so modern, but it has evolved a long time. And the final one is current events. It's related to current events. Sorry, the name is not here, but it's referred to the tensions of current events happening today in the world. And there we can have an agreement on which topics you will be able to discuss. Okay, so this module is called this way because it's referred to history of the world, but instead of talking of past events, the past, we will be talking around the nearer in time to current events. And Giselle, okay. Then, what is this module connected to? What do you think? Can you see a pattern of the modules you have been attending? ¿Ven un patrón en los módulos? It is connected to?
Events 1.
Yes, exactly, Vanessa. It is connected to learning English through studies of world events 1, and also to which other group of modules? Yes, how people see the world. Excellent, Catalina. Yes, how people see the world. We will be connected to how people see the world, and also how you, who are citizens of this world today, see the events that are happening around us. World events. Yes, exactly. Exactly. This is the world and the events in the world. This is connected to learning English through world events 1. And to which other modules do you think it is connected to? ¿Qué otro patrón? Which other pattern can you see? Modules that are called the same. Do you remember other modules? With a similar name?
No, I can't remember.
The last year. Which were your modules last year?
Cultural events.
Yes, cultural studies. Yes, learning English through cultural studies. So this is a module belonging to that line in which you are supposed to be learning English. Remember that we have topics to talk about. You will remember CLIL very well in this. CLIL from last year, from creating an environment. This is very much related to CLIL, this module, to one kind of CLIL line. So learning English to cultural studies is where cultural studies were 2 modules that are connected to this line. Yes, 1 and 2. Exactly. And you are supposed to be developing the skills in the language. Which are the skills in the language? They are 4, mainly, but there are more. Which skills do we develop in the language? You do them in, we do them in all the modules in which you learn English, you develop the English language. Speaking skill, yes, this is exactly what we are starting with, speaking skill. Next one.
Speaking, reading, writing. And reading.
Reading, yes, exactly, mainly, yes, but we also develop knowledge of vocabulary, grammar. On Friday, we will dedicate to syntax, to grammar, to vocabulary development. So we will really be focusing on developing the language, yes? So with all of this discussion, what can you say the module is about? Krishna, how can you elaborate a complete idea with all the information we have been discussing? What do you think? Come on. What is the module about? ¿De qué se trata este módulo entonces?
History, and we develop
Mhm.
skills related to develop
Mhm.
of English. I don't know.
Yes.
It's right.
Yes, it is about current events in history. Current means nowadays, yes, near in time. So we are not going to read about the Maya, the Inca, the Egyptians, the Roman Empire, but current events. Historical, but current. Significa eventos que están en la actualidad, más actuales. Pero que son eventos culturales también un poco y un poco históricos. Son current, cultural, and historical events. It is about current events and the development of language. Yes, exactly. And when you read the description of the module on Educandos, and you also have it in the lesson plan, you will see that you will be developing language knowledge, the skills, development of language, the skills. And I said something else, which other areas of language? We start with speaking, what is this? One word per word is, if we learn one word per word, what is that called? We learn when we learn words related to each other, what is that called? El conocimiento de los. Girls, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, can you repeat, please?
Yes, when we learn the words, when we learn words, group of words together, how is that section of the language called?
Reading.
Reading.
Vocabulary.
Yes. Vocabulary, yes. So reading is a skill, yes. And then the skills that we had mentioned before, it was speaking, listening, reading and writing, yes. Reading and writing, and now vocabulary, yes, vocabulary. How we put all those words together to create meaning, grammar, and syntax. How the sentences are written and also assembled together. Okay, and what are your predictions about the module? I need more space. Which predictions can you have? No. Any predictions? Romina, Daphne?
We will learn about history.
Phoebe. Hello, Phoebe. Yes, we said.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, we said it's about current events. We will be discussing about current events that are near in history. Yes.
Teacher,
Last
but
semester, you saw me.
how near? Like
now,
what time of
happening.
period?
Yes, happening today, around now. At this- Mhm. Skills improvement, Catalina says, your predictions is that you're going to improve skills. Yes, so you will dedicate, so we will dedicate a whole unit for speaking, for example, a whole unit for writing. Yes, so skills improvement is part of what you are predicting you're going to do. What else can you predict? What else can you predict? We will see. For example, you were talking about current events. So for example, how current were you asking me? So what do you expect you will be reading about?
I don't know. I thought that we could learn about, I don't know, World War II, World War I, but I think it's too old. So I don't know.
Okay, okay. Yes, well, we were thinking of events that are nearer in time. So we still might have some consequences of World War II, for example, in many of our countries. But there are more modern events that are also influencing our lives today. So for example, what can you think of?
Earthquakes, maybe.
Earthquakes, yes, natural events, but also
Yeah.
all of the changes in climate that are affecting our lives today. Yes, and we will see in a minute something. So new learning about vocabulary, Romina, yes, of course. Skills improvement, improvement in vocabulary, yes. Improvement, sorry. Improvement in vocabulary. Modern events that affect our lives today. That's what we were discussing right now. That affect and there are many changes that have happened, and Vanessa is right in mentioning the Second World War. Since the Second World War up to now, many changes have happened in the for example, the development of democracy. If we think just in between brackets, thinking that many countries, women started to vote, yes, after the Second World War. Yes, Phoebe?
Could be like improve knowledge and critical thoughts.
Yes, critical thinking, exactly, because you will be in some cases in charge of looking for information that interests you, and you need to be critical when reading, for example, when listening, so as to not only learn vocabulary, grammar, syntax, recognize the message, understand the message, but also develop critical thinking in thinking, how does that event, that situation affect your lives, the life of the country in which we live, and how we are all interconnected. Okay, so improvement in critical thinking is fundamental, yes, in everything we do. Improvement in critical thinking. Remember that as future teachers, we need to be updated in everything, in every single event that happens. And without knowing about this, of course, but teachers were compelled in 2020 to, for example, be immediately aware of what was happening in the world when they were supposed to begin classes online from one day to the other. And so that also means that we all need to be prepared in critical thinking Moreover, being teachers, because we will always be affected by those events that happen in our lives, that are happening currently in history, that affect our lives, our work, and the lives of others around us. Okay, and what questions? So we have discussed some ideas about this. Which are your questions? Questions about the module? About the module, yes, sorry. To make it
I
more
don't
clear.
have questions now, teacher. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Any
Yes.
other questions? Remember, you can ask any questions. We will look at the lesson plan, as I said. You will have time to read it, and we can comment again on Wednesday if you have any doubts. Okay, since last semester, we have been talking about perfil de egreso en pedagogía en educación general básica. And this is a requirement that we also have because of evaluation of the career. And we know as students in these careers, also professors, we all need to be aware of the perfil de egreso. And the perfil de egreso, which is also uploaded to Educandos, it's a PDF document you can read completely. Looks for something in your future. What do you think? What is this description in English? Briefly, what can you say in English? That this final objective of the program is. What is this final objective of the program? What is what are we educating as teachers?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Yes, what are we educating? What kind of teacher are we educating in this program? En la carrera de Pedagogía en Educación General Básica. Mención inglés. What do you think this program is trying to fulfill? Which big objective? ¿Cuál es el gran objetivo final de formación de la carrera? Have some minutes to think and you can. What kind of teacher?
The kind of teacher that could be able to do a lot, like create, evaluate. I don't know how can I say.
Yes,
and
evaluate.
many other things.
Yes, and this verb is so. First of all, is will
Design.
design. Yes. This is very similar to Spanish. Plan, carry out. This is very similar to Spanish. In English? Implement, yes. And Vanessa said, evaluate, yes. So if we have to, so the future teacher, I will write what you were dictating, yes? The future teacher will be able to, yes, we said the first is design, plan. What finally?
I think like a teacher have two ways to be like the formal knowledge, like design, plan, carry out, and understand students and be a support to them.
Yes, exactly. Understands you. Yes, and we know because of the standards that one important standard is to get to know the first one. Is to know the students in elementary school and how they learn. Exactly. And you know, we are waiting for the new standards this week. Very good question, Daphne. No, I will explain that in a minute. Yes, so Daphne has a great question. No. I will explain the evaluations in the module, do not worry. So the future teacher will be, sorry, but it's a good question. Teacher will be, we will talk about it. The future teacher will be able to design, plan, carry out, implement, and evaluate and understand students and their way of learning. Perfect. Yes. In his, her. Okay. Her, in her or his development or will be able to carry out and understand while, better said, while conducting the students' learning process. Oops, sorry, the students' learning process. Yes, learning process. Excellent. So this is what it says here around, yes, general areas. And Phoebe is saying something important about standards. We will have probably by midterm, probably we will be checking the new standards and analyzing them, since we still have the old standards, but they will be presented this week by the Ministry of Education. El Mineduc está presentando los nuevos estándares para la educación básica. But in general, we know that for teachers, this is a requirement, yes? As Phoebe said, not only to know how to proceed in the profession, but also as a human being, a development as a human being that will be, that will make this connection with students and the learning process of students possible. Excellent. Yes, excellent. So this would be the answer for what kind of teacher, what can these teachers by the end of this program teach? What will you be able to teach?
Every module, I guess.
Every module in the elementary school, in elementary school programs. For example, which modules? You have already been having some of this. Math,
history, English,
history, yes.
language.
Yes, Spanish language, English, as an addition, English. Yes, that's great. What else?
Science.
What kind of science? Science, yes. So you have social, natural, science. What else? Physical education. Well, yes, Catalina, you have two modules in physical education, though you know that teachers in elementary school are PE teachers, yes, teachers that study physical education. But in case these teachers, in case of little schools in the countryside that do not have physical education teachers, can have an elementary school teacher who knows something about physical education, and those can be you. Just think of that situation in the elementary school education program. Yes, school education program. Yes. And as you know, the school education program. Yes, so this teacher, the future teacher, will be able to teach. Yes. Even you have some notions of music, art, yes. Technology and orientation. So you will have a big, an ample spectrum of subjects in which
Teacher.
you can develop. Yes, Catalina?
And religion. ¿Religión no está incluido? Para enseñar, pregunta. O eso depende
in
de cómo
this,
sea el colegio y
yeah,
todo.
that depends on the school, but in this program, we don't give you notions of religions. No, we don't have in this program. ¿sí? Este programa no les da nociones de enseñar religión.
I appreciate it.
Okay, yes, so but you have little notions for teaching any other of the subjects in elementary school. So you will be able to teach all of the subject areas in the elementary school program. In the elementary school program, including, we said, math, Spanish, science, and we said art, music, a little bit, and English, even English because of this minor that we have. Okay, so we will write everything in English. And as you know, also the perfil is divided, this profile is divided in different areas. And that means you have subjects, you have modules that are divided in these different areas. So so the areas are general, formación general. Do you know which modules do you have in formación general?
Math.
No. This is the area that all the students at the university also attend. Modules in
Linguistic, or no, like something
Spanish.
like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Los módulos del PFF están dedicados a los módulos de conocimiento lingüístico, oral y escrito, ética, ¿verdad? Y responsabilidad social y trabajo colaborativo. All of these modules belong to formación general. Okay, then formación de especialidad, which will be la especialidad.
Like this year curriculum? No, I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
Vanessa,
kinda
we
lost.
are a little bit. Okay, so let us see. We have especialidad and we have professional. I think there is the problem. What is the profession? What are the professional modules that you attend? You know them. In your profession, in your profession, think of your profession. Okay, we will see the profile. Which is your profession? The core, ¿sí? El centro de su profesión. Which will be the core of your profession? Teaching elementary school areas, yes? Whereas especialidad is related to what? Up to here. This is especialidad. Related to which area?
¿La especialidad es como la mención o no?
La mención, yes, the special minor that we have. That's something special. Yes, you have extra modules to prepare yourselves to be able to teach. That's competence number 4. Yes, apply methodologies and techniques and the methodologies, those knowledge that we applied in creating an environment and in this semester in facilitating learning. So these 2 modules dedicate to this, to developing competence 4. And the other modules that you have dedicate to develop competence 5, which is communication in English. And you have had several modules that try to develop this competence. Yes. So last year you had cultural studies, as we were talking about. This year is world events, oral English, yes, and so on and so forth. You will have more modules in the next year and in fourth year. So this is especialidad. And then we have professional, which dedicates to all of the modules that are related to which subjects in elementary school, in the elementary school program. ¿Qué áreas? ¿Qué módulos?
The rest.
The rest, yes, everything that dedicates to the education in the areas of language, math, science, and all the other special areas in elementary school, in which teachers need to of course, create the environment that we saw last year also in English, strategies, methodologies, apply strategies, methodologies to teach, to facilitate the learning in students. Okay, and the last area is the practicum area. That's when you go to the practicum setting. And there, what do you learn there? Apart from applying all of the knowledge that you learn in classes, what do you do in practicum? You learn to work with when you go to schools or when you are connected to schools.
Participate in the... por ejemplo, no sé, si se refiere que ir integrándose o adaptándose al establecimiento.
Al establecimiento,
¿no?
yes, 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 exactly, Catalina. Participate in the community, yes, in school community, yes, and to be in contact with teachers and other actors within the community. Even when working online, our students could be part of this culture and be in contact with a mentor teacher that help them get in touch with that community, with the nuances of the community, with the novelty of the community or the particularities of that setting. Okay, so as you see, this is an important document that we need to revise. You will revise it in different modules, and moreover, you have it in the on Educandos. So this teacher, so the teachers that we are educating are teachers that know all of the technical issues in reference to the profession, but also a teacher that has developed social skills and pedagogical skills so as to understand students and how they learn. These future teachers can teach all of the subjects, yes, the elementary school program, including English, we said. Okay, and the future teacher can learn, no, future teacher is knowledgeable. Es conocedor de qué? Knowledgeable. Is knowledgeable in school culture and community. Yes. Because when you finish the program, you will have known different settings, different yes, educational settings, whether face-to-face or hybrid or even now virtual. And therefore, you will have this knowledge. You will have had this experience. Okay, what else? Is there anything else we need to say about this teacher in general? Knowledgeable in school culture and community and processes Okay, sorry, one else. And processes of observation and research.
Maybe the capacity to update us about how is education, how will be education in the future to us.
Yes, yes. Yes, the future teacher is knowledgeable, yes, is updated, ¿sí? Está como actualizado siempre. Is updated in critical issues, as we said at the beginning, the previous. So critical modern events and issues, yes, that affect, so you will always have to be updated with current events and issues and problems, or in my own case, yes, when I think now we have to go back to campus and learn the hybrid methodology, for example, I tell myself, yes, so I have learned to do the classes face-to-face, then I learned to do them virtually. Now I have a new learning process to start, and that will be a reality for you as future teachers as well. So we are all the time learning, yes. So teachers are all the time learners, yes, lifelong learners. The future teacher is updated, sorry. Teacher is updated in critical events, very good, Phoebe, and issues. And issues affecting her profession, and the people around, because we are all the time learning something new on how these processes of change, for example, have affected our students as well. Yes. Okay. Yes, exactly. Exactly. This is a professional that needs to be updated constantly. Okay, so this is the perfil egreso, the document I was just showing you. It is on Educandos, and it's a document that, as I said, you need to be aware of. You will be discussing these topics in the different modules, but for you to bear in mind that we need always to be clear on what we are educating, which kind of teachers we are educating. If we check our competencies, yes, this module, Learning English Through Studies of World Events, has two main competencies. Competence 5, communicating in English. And we know that we have high standards in this communication in English. We need to get to C1, that's an objective. No es para cada año, ¿verdad? Es un objetivo al final, so it's a long-term objective. But you go step by step towards that objective. And then also, of course, recognize diversity, cultural diversity, and interculturality in interaction with others, yes, in a globalized world. Okay, so in speaking particularly Competencia 5, so where does this have its origin? So it comes from the Estándares Orientadores para Carreras de Pedagogía en Inglés. The new standards are also coming out this week, and there will be also a set of standards established for elementary school teaching and others for secondary school teaching of English. But the origin of why do we have this demand at university comes from the Estándares Orientadores para Carreras de Pedagogía en Inglés. And the disciplinary standard, standard 6, expresses clearly that the teachers, profesores, comunican en inglés en forma precisa y fluida en todos los ámbitos en los que les corresponde actuar a nivel C1. Y nosotros sabemos que todos los profesores de las pedagogías en inglés en general del país, ¿verdad? Sea para educación media, que es la gran mayoría, pero hay algunas que se especializan en educación básica, exigen este nivel C1 porque es una exigencia de ley de parte del ministerio. Entonces, sea en los ámbitos en los que les toque actuar, necesita todo el mundo tener un nivel C1 como entrada al mundo laboral. Yes, are we clear about this? Girls?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, so you talked about this. We also talked about this last year. Yes, when we were discussing the topic of C1 and why the demands of university, the high standards demands of the university in this respect. But what can you do with the C1 proficiency level in English? What do you think you can do at this level of proficiency? Do you know that? It has also been described. We are going to see. But do you have any idea? Okay, let us see.
Just fluency.
Fluency, yes, of course, you need fluency. Yes, something very important. So, a C1 level in English allows for a full range of functionality. So you can function in different areas. Yes, in educational areas, work areas, academic settings. So the C1 level really opens a door to your future. You can do whatever future work or future studies, for example, by having achieved this proficiency level. Yes, so the C1 level would allow for full autonomy in a native English speaking country. So if you want to travel, that's also welcome. So according to the community, the European community guidelines, yes, someone at the C1 level in English can understand, can understand a wide range of demanding longer texts and recognize implicit meaning. So you can read extensively in English and understand what you're reading. You can express ideas fluently. Phoebe, exactly what you say. So speakers of other languages or also English speakers can understand what you mean effectively for social, academic, and professional purposes. So you can go to study in the United States and be able to do that, or just go to Disney World and understand the people there, or work, yes, for professional purposes. And you can produce clear, well-structured, detailed text on complex subjects. So you can produce language, not only understand. You will be able to understand high levels of reading material, listening material, but also produce at the same level in speaking and writing. Showing controlled use of organizational patterns, connectors, and cohesive devices. Okay, so just to give you a big picture. Yes, there are more details, of course. Also, as I said, C1 level is accepted if you want to study abroad, if you want to study here in Chile, also to do a master's, to do master's studies, for example. So it's a great objective for you to achieve this level, even if you're not planning to teach English at elementary school. But just because it opens the doors for your future development, your future education. Remember, the teachers, something we said, but I didn't write. The future teacher is a lifelong learner. It's a teacher that knows how to look for more information and keep updated. Updated, actualizado. That's what is a lifelong learner. And what does it mean? A lifelong learner means a person who continues learning along is a person who continues learning along life. And that means you need to be able to look for information to continue learning. And most of that information we know nowadays is in English. So having high levels, high standards of proficiency in our program gives you this, opens this door for future teachers, for their education, their future education, their future jobs. Okay, do we agree?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, now I want to listen to you. So, how do you think the contents in the module can contribute to developing the competencies leading to the fulfillment of the graduation profile? How are we going to fulfill this competence 5? That at this level is upper intermediate. Yes, it's not advanced. Advanced is C1. Now we are at the level upper intermediate. Yes. Okay, I listen to you.
We will tag in English every time, I guess.
Mhm.
So that's
Yes.
this module is completely we need it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, we'll speak in English. Yes, in English, but you will develop all the time, all the time, all of the skills we said. Of course, for practical purposes, it has been divided like in skills along the semester so that we can practice. We can focus, but we know that we are always practicing English all the time and all of the skills together. So it's not that we're separating skills, but for practical purposes, the lesson plan is divided so that we focus on speaking this first part of the semester, then listening, then reading, and finally writing, but just for practical purposes. We know that we are practicing all of the skills, plus vocabulary development, plus grammar, syntax development along the semester, yes. Students will practice all of the skills. Every class. So that's why you have to come prepared to speak, to listen, to read, to share with your classmates. Yes. So, so we need it, as Phoebe says, we needed to develop your knowledge of the language, yes, and your ability to develop abilities in the language, and that something that we cannot escape, yes, because you have this opportunity, you have to take advantage of it. So you need to come prepared. You will have a lot of dedication for this module along the week. So we have plenty of time to meet, to bring doubts to the class, to always be improving, yes? So it is important for you to take advantage, yes. And can you express in your own words your ideas about how learning knowledge and activities in the module, learning knowledge and activities in the module can contribute to your future profession as a teacher? Well, how can you explain that?
Can you repeat?
Yes, how do you think this knowledge and the activities in the module can contribute to your future profession? Everything that we will be doing, developing, how will this be positive for your future profession?
Maybe the method of teaching
Yes, of
used in the
teaching.
future.
Yes, methods of teaching, activities, yeah. And active participation, I would say active participation is fundamental. Develop your own motivation to participate. Everything you say is important. Every opinion you share with others is important in this development of language knowledge and critical thinking, as we said at the beginning. So everything is important in the module. We shouldn't leave anything aside. Yes, the methods of teaching activities and active participation will be fundamental, or are fundamental, are fundamental for your future as teachers. Fundamental for the education, for the education of future teachers. Future teachers, always, everything you can learn here will be useful for your future. Yes, improve English, exactly. Romina says, exactly. So the methods of teaching activities and active participation are fundamental in the education of future teachers and the development of knowledge of the language. Yes, yes. Fundamental of knowledge in the language. In the language, yes. So it's not so much the hard, clear content that we are learning in the other modules, like creating an environment and facilitating learning, but it's mainly the development of knowledge in the language, development of vocabulary knowledge, and grammar knowledge, the better expressions that we are able to develop orally and in writing, which we need to keep on practicing as much as possible. Yes, so it's not so much hard knowledge of content, yes, of methods or theories, but it's the practice of the language. How many words am I able to learn? New words am I able to learn each week? Yes, and how do I express them in my classes? Yes, yes, vocabulary. Yes, exactly what I was saying. Yes. So the methods of teaching activities and active participation are fundamental in the education of future teachers and the development of knowledge in the language. Yes, including, we said, all of the areas, including all of the skills, vocabulary plus vocabulary, grammar, syntax, pragmatics, semantics. Semantics and pragmatics. Okay. Different areas of knowledge of the language. Okay. So yes, everything we do in every module, yes, fulfills, contributes, yes, contributes to your future profession. So this is in your hands to take advantage and make the most of every experience, every learning experience you have. Okay. So free discussion. Any doubts that you might have?
No yet.
Not yet, okay. Do you agree with our discussion so far? What kind of teachers we are educating? Okay, so every time we will have, yes, minutes to discuss and express our ideas. Well, this is copied in the on Educandus, the description of the module. This is what we have been discussing. So this is a summary of everything we have been discussing. And this is the organization of the week. Yes, so we will meet Yes, for sure. Okay, so we will leave 9 a.m. Is that okay? Girl?
Can you, ¿cómo?
Will we meet at 9 a.m.? Sorry. What did I do?
Every
Monday
each-
and
each
Friday.
Why not? Yes,
exactly.
teacher.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, but we will be working the 3 hours until 12, let's say, okay? With some 10 minutes in the middle for break when we work in groups. Wednesdays will be according to need. Yes, if you need to work, preparing your speaking, your writing, for example, which are productive skills that you need more time, you will have that time. If not, we will meet. This Wednesday, we do meet because we will have to catch up with some elements of the task that you will be doing alone now at 10. Yes, so now the lesson plan finally, and the evaluation. Do we start in lesson plan or evaluation? Right, you know, everything is together, yes, mixed together in the lesson plans I create. And you have step by step, everything they describe, all of the activities and topics described in the lesson plan. So you already know the lesson plans I prepare. They are complete and they are very illustrative of what we are doing each week and how we develop the different knowledge. Yes, different elements or areas of knowledge. Okay, so this is the lesson plan. This is the description, and the description of what I was explaining is a soft version of CLIL. Do you remember that last semester, Paola? Do you remember we were discussing the soft version of CLIL and the hard version of CLIL? And we did this comparison that, for example, in World Events 1, as well as World Events 2, you are developing a soft version of CLIL since you are not learning content per se. We are not learning historical current events in themselves, but we are learning English language, yes? We are focusing on language, and we're talking about that is why it is language driven. We are learning grammar, syntax, vocabulary, we said, semantics, pragmatics, everything related to language. But we are talking about topics related to current events in history. Yes. So this is interesting for you to revise. So this is a soft CLIL module, different from the one we have tomorrow, facilitating, which is a hard CLIL. Hard CLIL module, because there we're learning content in English. So last semester we learned theories, methodologies, you remember characteristics of young learners. This semester we are going deeper into development of skills, integration of skills. We learned about silent period. We also revised silent period. So we're learning content in English. So in facilitating, we are learning language. Of course, we develop language, but the most important is the content that we read in and learn and produce in English. Whereas here, it is more important the language than the content. Do you follow the difference? Do you remember we did this difference last year? Yes, and last year we talked about this. Okay, so the lesson plan looks like this. This is our first class. Yes, the lesson plan, you will have time now to develop the reading, ask questions for next class. Yes, and unit 1. Here are our contents, our saberes are here. Yes, the standard. We are developing a disciplinary, a professional standard here, standard 9, and the tasks that we will be doing. So how are the tasks this semester? So we will have one important item in evaluation. Going to the evaluation section. That is online activities participation. So this means some of them are individual, some of them are group work, that you will participate in different activities that I will create online every week. Yes, because we have time to dedicate to this. So we are not going to have a portfolio that Daphne was asking me. No, but you have tasks every week that you will need to accomplish, and I will give you feedback. Yes, and I will check every week your participation. Some weeks you will have a task this week, but next week will be a forum. You will have to participate in the forum because you have a grade each week. And then it will be a wiki. You have to participate in the wiki. Is that clear?
Teacher, pardon, I'm sorry.
Yes.
What is the wiki?
The wiki is a tool on Educandus that you can work together, the same as workshop. Yes, I will explain. Each week I will explain. Yes? So all in general, the generic name is task, ¿sí? El nombre genérico va a ser tarea, pero algunas semanas ustedes van a tener la tarea, ¿verdad? El simbolito de la tarea, y en otras semanas ustedes van a tener la tarea del foro o de la wiki. Yes? Girls?
Okay.
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 So it is up to you. You keep all of these tasks because, as you know, each task collaborates to the accomplishment of a bigger task. Yes. So you complete task 1. I give you feedback. Yes. We work in grammar. So this is the whole week. Yes. So class 1, when we have a presentation of the topics, then class 2, we work again with a task, depending if you need help, support. And on Friday, we work on syntax and grammar. Yes, but you know that the ultimate evaluation item after this unit is the preparation for oral exposition. So it will be due at the beginning of September. So you have 4 weeks to accomplish this work, which will be in pairs or in groups as we were working last semester. And you have the complete description in the, at the end, I will show you again, but also at this chart that you already know, the assessment summary. So this is along the semester, your participation. So each week, a task, a wiki, a forum, a workshop, yes? And that will be evaluated by the end of the semester. Then you will have the oral exposition. And the oral exposition will be evaluated at the end of the first unit, unit 1, yes? And it will be a presentation prepared as a process. And as a process means you are every week doing a little bit towards that presentation or exposition. Yes? So every week we will revise that what you need to do one step forward towards that exposition. Yes? And you will have a PPT or a presentation to support your report. Yes.
Teacher, can I ask you
Yes.
something?
Yes, questions?
What do you mean with group work? Like
This
3, 4 people or
no. Pairs, as we were working last semester. Do you remember pairs or in threes because of the numbers? Yes. No big groups. No, we're not working in
Okay.
big groups. Also, some activities in the participation are also in pairs or groups, like wiki. So the wiki is accomplished by 2 people because you can work together in that with that tool. Also the workshop, yes. Son herramientas que se usan en educandos para trabajar en conjunto. Mientras que otras son más individuales, como la tarea que la subo yo y luego recibo yo mi propio feedback, por ejemplo. Este es más unilateral. Y el foro, que también lo conocen, puedo comentar al otro, pero trabajo en mi propio foro, en mi propio espacio. All right, so these are different kinds of tools. As I was explaining, some of them are collaborative, some others are individual to work with. Then we have the oral exposition, which will be in group, and you will receive feedback. So it's not that you come one day and speak. No, you will prepare in process, but that means you need to work. Yes, so students will follow process steps in the preparation of an outline to report on environmental issues for the oral exposition evaluation item. Special attention needs to be paid to speaking clearly, loudly, demonstrating acceptable grammar according to proficiency level, and using appropriate intonation. Okay, so along this unit, you will prepare this outline. You will elaborate a summary, yes, and that is a forum. Yes, you will receive comments. Then you keep on preparing and you give your advances. So you all the time you're connected with that evaluation item. Yes, then you analyze a report, which is the organization of a report. This outline that you need to prepare. And you receive feedback, another task. And again, you could keep on preparing. So that around the 10th of September, you have this oral exposition. So remember that we have like we have 2 classes per week, big classes, we can say. So for example, this, instead of being on Monday, this exposition can be on Friday and you have more time to prepare. All right, is that clear?
I think.
Yes, okay. So then we will have a short holidays, national festivities, and we start another unit, which is the impact of advances on technology. Here you also keep on participating in task, wiki, forum. And this is another topic, and you will be preparing here for the midterm and listening. Yeah, so these tasks will be on listening. Yes, as you see here, yes, listening. Students complete a survey on their comfort level with listening to English. Okay, so all of these tasks refer to listening and reporting. Yes, always listening and speaking. We are always practicing and preparing ourselves for the midterm test. Yes, that evaluates all of the skills. Yes, we know that we have been focusing on speaking and listening, but of course it will be all of the skills. It will have some days. It's not only one day to finish. Yes, and it will take some time. So you will have this day, this Monday is a holiday, but you will have Wednesday and Friday to finish the test. Okay, then we start a new unit, which is evolution of democracy. And this unit will be concentrating on reading habits. Remember, we did a little bit of reading last year, reading strategies. So we keep on revising previous knowledge and working on everything you already know. Yes, we're not starting always something new. It's always revising on past knowledge. And we are preparing here for reading in general, will be also applied to preparing for the final test, which will be in December, but you know you need to always be preparing yourselves for, because of the proficiency level that you need to get to, yes? So you will be reading at a high level of proficiency, so you need to always be practicing, but this unit will be focused on that. And you know that the final test will be in December. Finally, the last unit, the changing nature of global tensions. Here is the topic will be open, flexible. We will be preparing a writing, yes, a writing expression workshop, which will be also a writing piece that we will prepare in process, yes. One day we will do an activity, a task, and then you will do another one, and so on and so forth. Yes, you choose a topic, you start the writing process, you receive feedback, you share in the forum, etc., etc. Each week you will have a special activity until your final written version will be on the 10th of December. And the next week we will have the final test, the optional, and grades due. Okay, so do you follow the idea of how to read the lesson plan? Any questions?
No question.
No question. Okay, so each week
Teacher?
you will have my explanations on where we are, what we are doing. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that was my question. I mean, during the semester, you will explain us more, right?
Yes, exactly. So every week you will have, okay, this week is, okay, week, where are we? Week 14. We have this task and we have forum participation. And you will have it on Educandos, Vanessa. Yes, so you will be, yeah, so always you will have your task, your participation on, but we will not have a portfolio, because this is not the, as Daphne was asking, because that's not the core of this module. This module, as far as you're participating online, doing activities, doing exercises, participating in grammar, you will do a lot, but you will not have a portfolio, because I have to, the final tasks that you will finish will be a written task, which I have to grade by the end of the semester, and the final test. So that's enough. But in the other modules, the modules with methodology, like creating, facilitating, you have a portfolio, because those modules tend to develop your teaching skills. And we know that in teaching, we are required in many institutions to have a portfolio. So this is not a portfolio driven module, but you need to work, because I will be checking your tasks and annotating. If you don't have task 1, task 2, task 3, I will know that. And you will be behind. Yes, is that clear? Girls?
Yes, teacher.
It is,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, okay. Then you have more regulations and considerations, and this evaluation items description was a new decision of the Núcleo Académico, just to clarify elements of the evaluation. But you already have lots of clarification in the lesson plan, so this is just an extra for our accreditation process, but that's the information, extra information here. Here in suggested resources, you have more information that you will be checking, yes, whenever you have something to look for in environmental awareness, you have the links, environmental issues, you have the links, speaking skill, you have the links. So whenever we are talking about those topics, apart from the tasks that I give you, you have those links to help you find more information. So use those resources because I look them up for you to help in your process. And you have, as you see, lots of time dedicated to this module. So 11 hours, only thinking of 11 hours along the week. Yes. So you have time to dedicate to the module, be proactive, be active in finishing everything, looking for more exercises, because this is good for you. Yes, it's your development of the language, the skills in the language, knowledge of the language. Okay, do we have, so you will have it on Educandus. I will upload it together with the task. We have to get to the task. Okay, so this is what is explained here. We will always be revising. As you know, my style, we always revise whether we need to finish something, where we are in different moments of the semester, what is missing, yes. But those are the big issues. So the midterm will be in the second week of October. So that will be a moment to dedicate to midterm. Final will be the week before finishing in December. Yes, these two big issues. And then we will have oral, written, yes, and along the semester, your participation. And of course, everything you do in written, participating with your classmates, you also replicate orally in class. Remember, you're always participating. Okay, those are the lesson blanco. So whenever you see something pink, is because you have the oral. Yes, green is because you have the midterm. Yes, you know the colors. Yes, and whenever you have blue is workshop, is written, and yellow is the final. And the cumulative test that we decided to put here just by the end, in cases you have not accomplished, yes, all of your percentages as required before. Yes, we will talk about that by the end of the semester. Well, the regulations, we already have talked about your invitation to participate actively, always upload your activities to Educandus. Yes, you have flexibility, you know, we always are adapting. Of course, this is not static, but we need to work every week in order to each task. Sorry, this is not portfolio. Sorry, I didn't take it up. So you work constant in each task. Yes, forum, activity, comment, everything, or wiki, as I explained. And you will always have the evaluations according to reglamentos. Yes, the optional, the makeup tests. And of course, attendance is required, is highly recommended and required in these modules for you to be able to practice the language mainly. Okay, any questions so far? So far, so good?
Now it's clear, I think.
Okay. So we have two activities with Menti, but we can do them on Wednesday when we have more time. Yes. And this activity, so this is unit 1. This first is identify discursive connectors in oral written text about environmental awareness. And this is what you're going to do in the task now in the morning. When I go to my meeting, you will be working on this. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So we will have two Menti surveys tomorrow, which is about learning English and speaking in English. We will do this tomorrow, and we will on Wednesday, and we will develop more the idea of speaking strategies and how we can develop speaking strategies. Remember that speaking in another language can be, how can we say, can be more difficult probably than speaking in the mother tongue. Some people also have difficulties in speaking their own mother tongue. So speaking is in general a difficult skill in every language, and that's why we are going to work in that, having those ideas, yes? developing those ideas. Also in the upcoming weeks. But now, in going to our topic of the unit, environmental awareness, this is an important concept that we need to clarify, and that is what you're going to work with this morning. Okay, so free discussion. What can you see in the pictures below? We have been looking at this in on TV, on the internet, and the papers. And here we have the World Bank. Yes. So we have the pictures, but I will show the pictures. I will try to show the pictures. And the World Bank. So we have the World Bank, flood, the nouns flood, wildfire, firefighter, temperature, weather, summer, heat, storm, and forest. Do you know all of the words?
No, teacher.
No,
What is the
not.
meaning of flood?
Flood. Okay, which of these? So we have wildfires and floods. Which is wildfire? Which is a fire?
US.
Here in the US and in Russia. And in Germany?
Flood.
A flood, yes, a flood. Excess of water, yes, excess of water. And we have been looking at the news, yes? Have you seen them? Have you seen the floods in the news?
The three first could be a result for global warming, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Global warming is a topic, yes. So if you look for just basic search on the internet, you will see fires and floods around the world. And you can see in Europe, in Russia, in Turkey, in the United States, the wildfires and the floods. Look at this. Yes, this is a flood. All right, here as well. Okay, in Italy, in Belgium, in Germany, in also China. This is Turkey. Okay, so these are floods. Okay. Okay, just a simple search will let you find those images online. Okay, so you have floods. Oh, I will show you again. We have one more adjective. So we have adjectives. Yeah. Okay, another one. Okay, so we have wildfire, because these fires occur in nature, in the wilderness. Sí, son fuegos que ocurren en la selva, o sea, en bosques o en lugares selváticos salvajes, ¿no? Firefighter, temperature, weather, summer, heat, yes. Adjectives, hot. So heat is the noun. And hot is the adjective. Ok. Entonces, este es el calor y este es caliente. All right. For you to bear in mind. Extreme, deadly, devastating, catastrophic, and fierce. We have just seen that adjective. And verbs, destroy, burn, help, rage, devastate, cause, and there might be more, yes, and you can use this dictionary plus in the task I wrote the address of another dictionary that can also help you. So one sentence, if you look at this, these words and the images, which sentences can you talk about, for example?
sentences.
Yes. So for example, there are or floods. You can start with a noun, flood, or an adjective and a noun.
Maybe in Russia, the wildfire provokes death
Mhm.
of animals.
Yes, in Russia, yes, provoke. Excellent. Oh, sorry, I wrote it wrong. So in Russia, yes, in Russia, the wildfire, we need an adjective, the
Extreme.
the extreme wildfires provoke death of people. Yes, exactly. Then what else can we say? The temperature, the weather.
In forest, death to animals, maybe.
Yes.
To add the noun forest in the sentence.
In forests.
A ver,
forest.
podría ser in Russia,
In Russia.
the hot wildfire, the extreme wildfire provoke in forest the death of animals.
Excellent. Provoke the death of animals. Excellent. So now these are only examples for you to work in groups now, yes, and have more ideas on what happens in how can you describe with your words. I'm sorry. We need provoke. There is another a cause, or we can use cause. Yes, cause as well. Phoebe, this year temperature is very extreme. Yes, excellent. Yes, it's very hot in the summer hemisphere. Yes, I will write 2 of these examples. Thank you, Phoebe. And then you will work with this, yes? And we will discuss on Wednesday your sentences. Temperature is very extreme. Yes. In Russia, the extreme, the devastating, I don't remember, Catalina, if this was yours. In Russia, the devastating wildfires.
I will write the sentence in chat, teacher.
Wildfires cause the death of people. Okay, so you will have time, each of you will have time in groups to think of more sentences. The idea here is that you get to this concept discussion. What is environmental awareness? Yes, and what do you understand about this concept? And for this objective, you're going to read a website talking about environmental awareness. And it is in the task that I am going to send you now via WhatsApp web. Yes, and I will connect to my meeting with another computer. So you will keep on working here in groups, okay? So we don't disconnect, just go to the bathroom, come back and work in groups. Okay, so in an hour, around 11:30, I hope I can come back and check with you your reading. So after you read, you will have you will have to answer some questions. The next topic that you will have to deal with in the task is discourse markers. And what do you think are discourse markers? Discourse is everything we produce, all the language we produce. Nosotros producimos discurso todo el tiempo, orales, escritos. What do you think are discourse markers? We signal things, for example, para señalar, yes, to signal, to make some signals in discourse. Okay. Any other ideas? So you will see which are they, not worry. So here we have another help with discourse markers here. Discourse markers help us express some meanings within the sentence. For example, addition, using and this is the most common of the discourse markers, yes? So these sentences can be joined by, in Russia, the devastating wildfires caused the death of people, and yes, this is an addition according to discourse marker, and in Turkey, no, where are the first? And in Germany, yes, okay, what happens in Germany? Well, let's go back to our, so floods. So what can we say of flood? Which adjective? The flood, yes, Phoebe. Which adjective? An adjective for flood? Come on, catastrophic. Yes, excellent. Remember what we saw last year in last semester in oops, what are we working? Sorry, I lost. When we were looking at how to create an environment, and the teacher used to create anchor charts with important language, or I don't know, astonishing language or something like that. So that the students would learn new words. So not bad, a bad flood or a terrible flood, but a catastrophic flood, yes? Destroyed many homes. Excellent, yes. The catastrophic, so this is important or astonishing vocabulary, yes. The catastrophic floods destroyed, yes, which was the example you were giving me in the chat? Many homes, exactly. Destroyed many homes, exactly. Destroyed many homes. Excellent, excellent. And here we have a discourse marker indicating addition, yes? So it's very easy. So you have different kinds of discourse markers, yes, if I want to add, but you have many more. If you sequence first, yes, when we have discourse that tells the order of something, for example, a recipe, first you put the sugar, second you add some eggs, and third, finally, yes. Then you have illustrating. This is very common in discourse, yes. For example, for instance, cause and effect, because, yes, because of this. So we can also write a sentence with because, yes. So in Russia, the devastating wildfires caused the death of people because of the heat, an increase in the heat or an increase in temperatures. So we always use these words, only we do not know exactly the name they have. So these are cause and effect connectors, comparing, qualifying, contrasting, yes, or emphasizing. In particular, you will learn a lot about current events, but in particular, you will learn about events that affect our country or our lives, for example. Okay, so you will start with an easy text to try to find which connectors are there and their meaning. What is the meaning of indeed? Indeed, also emphasizing. Indeed, yes. So after I have been argumenting, this module is very intense. You have lots of tasks to accomplish. You will learn a lot. Indeed, this is a very important module in the semester. Or above all, this is the most important, one of the most, or the crucial, or the central module in English this semester, because it has lots of periods, yes, and because you're sitting for the B2 level proficiency exam, yes. So above all, emphasize it, sobre todo, lo más importante, yes, is because this, for example, this module is so important because of that situation. Yes, after I have described many things important in this module, but above all, yes, you have all of these periods of class to dedicate to English because of your exam, por ejemplo, ¿sí? Sobre todo, lo más importante. Yes? Okay. There are some of these which are more useful than others in everyday life or in everyday discourse, in everyday life discourse, yes, like illustrating, adding, and cause and effect. Others are more specific in certain kinds of discourse, but we will have time, hopefully, to see several of them. Okay? All right, so I will share with you, I will keep this PPT for Wednesday, so we finish what we didn't finish today on Wednesday, and I will show you the task before you divide in groups and I go to my meeting and to the toilet. I think we only need to go to the toilet by now. So you need one. So I have to write the correct name of the task. So I didn't do that. So I will share with you, Phoebe, I will share with you, but then I will upload to Educandos, but just for you to start working now. So the increase in environmental awareness. What is environmental awareness? And so here you have the same picture, write as many ideas, and here you have the words to work with again. Yes, catastrophic, fears. I have added one more. Fears. So we have important language, yes. Fundamental language. We're always looking for new words that we need to learn. The dictionaries. Then you have the website to read and answer the questions, and the blog to check discourse markers. Yes, identify discourse markers. So it's easy, it's very short. You have time to catch up. I will communicate with you if I am coming back to class or if we just meet on Wednesday. Yes, and here is the example, yes, of one sentence from the website. Being environmentally aware means understanding how our behavior impacts the environment and committing, Phoebe, oh, I was talking to Phoebe. Yes, and committing to making changes to our activities to protect the planet. And is an addition discourse marker. Yes, addition. It joins together two clauses, ¿sí? Une dos cláusulas y adiciona, suma una cosa más, ¿sí? Convirtiendo esta oración en una oración, en vez de simple, compuesta. Yes? Yes, a compound sentence. Yes, we saw them last year. Girls?
Okay, teacher.
All right. So begin with the easy ones. Yes, Catalina.
This worksheet, I mean,
Yes.
¿la va a subir Educandos ahora?
La voy a subir a Educandos, pero ahora les comparto por Discourse, por WhatsApp web, ¿ok?
Ya.
so that you start working. Okay. Okay, so as to finish the class, you have read about environmental awareness and completed the questions. We will revise that orally, remember, on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we will also discuss discourse markers. Now remember, you need to explain what they are. These are markers that help us in discourse to signal different meanings within the text. Yes, how are they used? And which are they? The general categories, yes, the categories that are more used. Adding, sequencing, illustrating, cause and effect. I think these are the most used. And the others, depending on the meaning, the specific meaning of the text. Okay, then we said we always have our time for reflection. And I wanted to ask you, what did you learn today? 3 things that you learned today and 1 question. And 1 thing we will have to learn next Wednesday. Yeah, probably.
About environmental awareness.
Yes, okay. About, yes, what else? We reflect about many things, but we learned about environmental awareness, yes.
We can change our lifestyles to reduce the impact of environment.
Yes, our lifestyles, yes. To reduce the negative impact. On the environment. Yes, exactly. Then about discourse markers, did you know them before or did you learn them for the first time?
We know them before.
Yes, and do you have any questions or anything we would like to go more deeper into on Wednesday? Anything you would like to, 1 question?
I don't know.
Okay, okay, but on Wednesday we will have our discussions, all the oral explanations that we couldn't do today. You were working on this, on reading and understanding and finding out information. Therefore, on Wednesday we will continue with the oral discussion. Okay, next class will be on Wednesday, the 18th of August. Yes, at 12. And our agreements are finish task 1. Yes. Task 1, and upload it to the task. Upload it to the task created on Educandos. You already know the logics of materials on Educandos. You will have the video, you will have the PPT to revise everything, all the important documents, the task document, yes, and the task created with the specific icon. ¿Se acuerdan? El iconito con la manito. That means you upload your task there for feedback, yes, for formative feedback, and so that you are ready to interact orally on Wednesday about all of the topics we discussed today. Yes, plus we will do a little bit about speaking because we will do the Menti meeting and we will reflect on speaking skill, remember. So as far as the task, okay, finish it, be ready for feedback, be ready to interact orally on Wednesday. And is there anything else? Oh, read, yes, of course, read the lesson plan again in case you have any question. It will be uploaded to Educandos together with the syllabus. Yes? Any questions?
No yet, teacher.
¿Tenemos que subirla hoy mismo?
Oh, it can be tomorrow or but on Wednesday at 12, we just discuss orally, and I hope I have had time to revise something quickly because I have classes back to back today, tomorrow. But the point is at the least you have uploaded it and be ready to discuss orally on Wednesday, yes? But you can also upload it on Wednesday or on Thursday. Upload together with the syllabus. Together with the syllabus, okay? Anything else? Any other questions and answers? Anything? If not, we're ready. And I hope to see you. Yes, okay. I hope to see you on Wednesday then at 12, remember. And in many occasions, probably on those Wednesdays, you will also be able to finish your tasks. It depends on how we advance during Monday. But we have worked very well. Today it was very to the point, I think. And so we have gone further on the presentation of topics. So on Wednesday, we just do the roundup and we have grammar on Friday at 9 o'clock. Okay, see you then, girls. And I hope you continue doing okay.
See you, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Take care.
See
Thank you.
Bye.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again. Bye-bye. See you, girls.